So somebody was talking about how it wasn't anyone. It was just some comment I saw somewhere, and somebody's like, "Oh, well, you're just taking comments seriously." It's just no, like, because this mentality that people have has begun to leak out into like the real world, and you see this on like construction sites, and then you see it from like these narcissistic managers, well, toxic, noxious managers, because that's what they are, because that's what most managers are. And you can go Google bad managers. Go type into Google why are there so many bad managers, and you just read the links, or add Reddit after it. So Reddit's a terrible. No, it's at the point where there's so many people saying that this is a thing in different social milieux, in different work milieux, that it's reached a phenomenon, that it's reached the level of it being a real phenomenon and a real thing. And you can't say that it's because of lack of training, because these people all have internet connections. And I actually have sitting here behind me as I'm driving somewhere, because you have to move my stuff, that I have leadership strategy and tactics, field manual, the dichotomy of leadership and extreme ownership sitting beside me. And so there was a New York Times national bestseller. So, these leaders, they can go get these books, and that's not it. There's also other ones, and there's an entire plethora of material on the internet that you can go get. So there's no excuse for all this bad management. And so this is just going on. I'm sitting here driving. I was thinking about this comment that somebody made of like how this is all like anti-work stuff, and how they're all people that work in restaurants and minimum wage jobs, and they're all just pissed off like losers because they won't get. No, they're not. They're not, because I've worked pretty much every single job imaginable except for military, but I've worked on military servers, so I technically had to help them. So I guess you could say that I've done the military types of. So like they're not, and that doesn't mean I'm like the exception to the rule, because there's other people that have noticed it, that there's enough people that aren't, like your stereotypical, I work in a restaurant part-time, fuck capitalism. No, it's like a legitimate thing. So that's just a bull, and it's like back with these thought-terminating cliches that people that say that they don't want to admit that, like, no, this is like a pervasive thing that permeates our American cult, because that's what it is. It's not a culture, it's a cult of work. And it's like really annoying, because it's like nobody wants to admit that it's going on, even if you have evidence. And the point I was trying to make with the managers was like they just defend these narcissistic managers that are just causing this, this cult to just go on. And there's so many solutions to it that, and it's almost like the American people want it to be a thing. They want to be unhealthy. They want to be treated like second-class citizens. And the objection to this is coming up in my head, like, well, you can't worry about others, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, you can go start your own business. Yeah, but again, those are just other thought-terminating cliches that doesn't actually solve the problem. And they're kind of just nebulous statements, like, go start a business. Yeah, that's like a process, and that requires the business that I'm working on starting requires me to have about $1,000 to blow that I need for licenses, and I have, well, not licenses, but like actual setup, like a business, and then I gotta find the state that it's gonna be in, because a couple months ago I was doing it, I wanted to do it in one state, but in that state it's very bad for the thing that I'm doing. Like, there's a lot of weird legalities with it, so it would be better for me to incorporate it in another state. And then the state that I wanted to incorporate in Delaware, a lot of people are leaving that, so I gotta find another state and then I have to, and like, it's making excuses. No, it's like, it's gonna be like a 2-3 day thing where I gotta sit down and do all this clerical work. And that's, again, when I hate to say it, but they have NPD, these people that And that's an overused word. You're just, no. I was outside yesterday all day in the rain doing work, and the day before, the only meal I had in 48 hours was a little bit of sushi and an avocado salad. Oh, he's eating avocado. Yeah, because it's like fucking, it's very good for you. It's omega-3 fatty acids. It's healthy. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a crazy person because I want to eat healthy. I'm mentally ill because I want to eat healthy and take care of myself. That's the logic of our society. But, so I'm lazy. I'm lazy because it was the Friday in Lent, so I didn't eat any meat. So that means I'm lazy and I'm crazy. No, it's not. And anybody that tells you or says otherwise, they're crazy. And they shouldn't be listened to, and they shouldn't be anywhere near a command and control position or be able to make decisions for anyone or tell anyone anything. So I'm lazy, but I'm out all day Friday for 10 hours, and then Saturday for 10 hours. And the only meal I had from Thursday night to Saturday after I got out of work when I had Chinese buffet was Friday night, the sushi salad, and then the avocado salad, and then I had some salmon roll, and then I had a whole salmon roll thing. And I didn't even finish the sushi salad because it was too much raw fish. I'm like, yeah, I had like half of it. So I probably only had like 1,000 calories in 48 hours. A little under, probably 46, because we left work early. Oh, I left work 2 hours early because it's Saturday, because everyone left early, because they're fucking lazy. And we shouldn't even be there on Saturday, because if the managers could manage, we wouldn't have to work on Saturdays. But no, they're so brainwashed. You just gotta work. You gotta work. No, they just can't manage. So when somebody tells you that anti-work is like they're just lazy, no, that person is telling you who they are. They're a bootlicker. Yes, they are a bootlicker. They're an obsequious, servile scumbag is what they are. And that's not my opinion, that's reality. And they're screwing themselves and they're screwing everyone else over by perpetrating and perpetuating this toxic and insane American cult of work is what they're doing. So it's absurd. So like, and I'm not lazy because I just told you why I'm not lazy. What I did, and I'm not going to tell you the work that I did because you won't believe me as usual, because I'm just complaining and we need solutions. Well, solutions have been provided. I provided them. The managers can go learn how to manage. Or I could be promoted for once and then put these management styles to the test and show you that yes, all the work can be done in 8 hours and 5 days a week. And somebody says, well, why don't you do 4/10? Because 4/10s is too much work. 10 hours a day is too much work in a day that you're losing 2 extra hours a day. That's time people can spend with their families, time people can go to the gym, time people can work on side hustles, time people can work outside of work and have lives outside of work, or recuperate or take a nap or do who knows what, as long as it's not offensive to the Lord, because we are a Christian nation. So people don't want to hear this because it frightens them, it scares them, and their status quo bias doesn't like it. But I'm not lazy, I'm not crazy, and I'm not dumb, and I don't have some unspecified problem. The problem is the toxic and insane American work culture, and there are solutions to this. This isn't me whining and complaining. This is legitimate, everything that I'm saying, and everyone knows it. They just don't have the balls to say it. So, like, it's at the point where the people in America that are retarded should not be allowed to live with the people that care about their health, care about their wellness, care about, not just slaving away at their desk or out in the blue-collar work environment for their entire lives. Those people that are workaholics and go above and beyond just because they're vapid and they have their wives hate them or their family hates them and they have nothing else going for them. Those people should not be being promoted. They should not be put in positions of command. And all the information is out there for you to know why. Okay? And if you disagree, just shut the fuck up and leave the country. Just leave the country. Like, you've lost. I hate to say it, and I don't want to say, you're just saying that these people don't have rights. Yeah, I kind of am, because, like, they don't respect somebody's humanness. They're who they are. They're who they are as a person. They don't respect that they're not a machine. They don't respect that. And that's very insane. That's insane. It's destroying the country. It literally is destroying the country. Everyone's unhealthy. Everyone's miserable. Oh, why are you worried about? Because it's we the people. If you work with some, and then they're like, well, you don't care about. So you go to work with these people for 10 hours a day and just lie to their face. That's another thing. How is that influencing somebody else's mental cognition, their cognitive thought process? Maybe that's leading to people being unhealthy too. It's this negative feedback loop. It's causing a feedback loop of negativity. But nobody wants to discuss that, even though all this information is out there. And something I probably said in here, there isn't a peer-reviewed study for one little thing that you said. So therefore, everything is wrong that you say is wrong. No, I guarantee you, there's some asshole out there like that. These discrediting and disqualifying people. And I bet you in 6 months or in a couple days or maybe in, later tonight when I'm taking 5 minutes sitting on the toilet, passing more brain cells than the majority of the American public, in my bowel movement, maybe I'll stumble across something and it'll confirm something that I said in this that I didn't have any information on before. And that's not the first time that's happened where I've observed something, thought about it, and I brought it up and discussed it, and I was told I was crazy, and then 6 months later, new peer-reviewed study finds. Oh, that's kind of funny. So it's almost like peer review isn't the standard that it's cracked up to be, but we won't get into that right now because I'm driving. So have a nice day. Go fuck yourself, too. Bye.